Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ed. So, in this next segment, John and I discuss the addictive nature of food as it pertains to fat people. My theory is that fat people are addicted to carbohydrates, and it's just carbohydrates. John feels that fat people are addicted to food in general. So, you're going to hear that. And we discuss a little bit, I think, about Angus Barbereri. I know I'm butchering his last name, but he was basically John's inspiration. You'll notice a lot of times during the show, John will pay homage to this guy. This guy lost 300 pounds by water fasting. He was actually the pioneer of water fasting, and he's the go-to story that people who are doing long-term water fasting throw down when they're challenged about the safety of water fasting. Now, granted, Angus Barbereri lived to be 51, but I've done thorough research and I see nothing that matches his death with his diet. But yeah, if anyone listening to this is an epic detective and you can let us know how he died, I would love to know. All I know is it had nothing to do with his diet based on our research. Before I play the clip really quick, I just remind everyone to please subscribe, rate, share, do everything you can to help the podcast grow. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very sure, based on my research, that nothing happened to him due to the fasting. As a matter of fact, fasting has been going on since the dawn of time. So I doubt there was anything having to do with the fasting. But what I'm curious about is what his eating habits were once he started eating again. Were you able to find that out? Because I didn't see anything that said that he went to OMAD or that he went to Atkins or low carb or anything like that.
No. In 1965, there was no such thing as Atkins, keto. OMAD has existed since the dawn of time, like eating one meal a day. I mean, pretty much that's how we started out. You know, we go out, we kill an animal, the whole family eats, and then we don't eat again. As a matter of fact, sometimes it wouldn't even be one meal a day. It'd be one meal every other day. We would eat, and then when we get hungry again, we go hunt and kill something else to eat. You know? So I don't think he did any of that. I think he probably went back to the traditional way of eating, but based on my experience, what happened is, because I think he even said something like that, like the food just wasn't the same to him in terms of like, you know, like before he was addicted to the taste, he was addicted to the food itself. But I think when he went back to eating, it was just like, now he was just eating to live and not living to eat, you know? So I think he went to a normal breakfast, lunch, and dinner model, but because of the fast and the way it broke his addiction and reset his appetite, he pretty much was just eating like a normal person, you know? And I hate to use the word normal as if like obese people aren't normal, but like our eating regimen isn't normal because we're addicted to food. So he went back to a normal eating regimen.
Do you think fat people are addicted to food or carbs?
Look, I think we're addicted to food. I'm gonna tell you why. Like I remember one time, I ordered 4 wrappers and just sat there and ate the ribs with some diet soda, no less. And it wasn't like, you know, I didn't get cornbread or anything like that. It was just like the taste of the ribs. That was just delicious. There's another time where I made me meatballs with marinara sauce, and I just ate the meatballs. So I don't, you know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I will eat like carbs, like sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. But like to me, it's like I was addicted to food. But they used to have sales on like pre-bagged fried chickens that they made, and I would buy 2 bags and just all the fried chicken. So I don't think it's a carb thing. I think it's just a food thing.
For me, definitely, it was a carb thing. My wife was telling me yesterday, she goes, if you eat a carb, you go crazy for 6 months. And I do. Like, if I were to have a slice of pizza right now, I'm out of my mind for 6 months until I can get the...
Really?
Yeah, until I can get the genie back in the bottle. Like, my body reacts to carbohydrates the same way a crack user reacts to crack. Like, I'll have a piece of pizza or a high carb food the first day, and I think I'm normal. And I'm like, okay, I just had it. But the next day, I have to have 2. Then the day after that has to be 3. Then it's pizza and then pasta, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And it's a total carbohydrate thing, because I've noticed as soon as I go into ketosis, I become a human being again. Like, I can just have like a normal dinner, a plain old chicken breast, and I'm fine. Like, I used to watch people eating, and I used to be like, damn, you can get full from a single sandwich? And they would look at me like I was insane. They were like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to have. But it wouldn't work on me.
The thing with me is, like, a single sandwich probably would fool me, but it doesn't fill me to the point where I don't crave another one. Like, if I have a Subway, like, it could be a foot-long tuna. I want another foot-long. I mean, it doesn't have to be tuna. Like, sometimes I would just binge eat. I would just order multiple subs and just sit there and binge eat and then feel terrible afterwards. Like, I was a serious food addict. Like, seriously, this fasting has been a godsend, because I honestly don't see me ever doing that again. You know, I mean, it started with just me being able to do the 3-week intermittent fasting with the 4-hour window. You know, like, after I was able to do that, and at one point I thought, you know what, I could keep doing this. But then I remembered, like, I've had success in other diets where I've lost tremendous amounts of weight, but because I never addressed the food addiction, the minute I fall off that diet or that lifestyle, because I've tried veganism, all that other stuff, I gained all the weight back and then some. So I knew fasting would be able to kill my addiction just based on my research with Angus. You know, I'm sorry, on Angus. So I just went for it. And I think it was the best decision I ever made, because I can honestly say I'm never going to be fat again. Once this last bit of fat is gone and I get to the size I should be, it's not going up. I mean, if I do gain weight, it's going to be muscle weight.